At least 22 people are dead, hundreds injured after violent protests in Nepal. The massive anti-corruption movement continued despite the previously imposed social media ban being lifted, with protesters saying that the social media ban was never the core concern of the people. The ensuing violence and unrest prompted the resignation of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. The situation on ground remains volatile. The country's parliament has been charred after it was vandalized and set ablaze by protesters on Tuesday. Neighbouring buildings have also been torched, streets today lay empty. A department store was set on fire, while 3 police officers stationed at Koteshwar were allegedly killed by protesters after they had already surrendered. Nepal Army has announced plans to impose prohibitory order to restore normalcy. So far, over 26 people have been arrested for vandalizing property and looting. The turmoil has forced the shutdown of Kathmandu's main international airport, with several airlines cancelling their flights to the country, including India's Air India and Indigo. The violent protests are led largely by the country's youth against corruption, nepotism and economic stagnation. On Tuesday, they set a jail on fire and freed Nepal's ex-deputy Prime Minister Rabi Limachani and 1,200 other inmates. The protesters demand Limachani to be appointed as the next Prime Minister, whom they see as a change maker. UN Human Rights Chief has termed the incident appalling and has urged authorities to protect the right to peaceful protest and called for investigation into the deadly crackdown.
I'm appalled by the escalating violence in Nepal that has resulted in multiple deaths and the injury of hundreds of mostly young protesters, as well as the widespread destruction of property. I plead with security forces to exercise utmost restraint and to avoid further such bloodshed and harm.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has urged Nepalese authorities to show restraint and seek a constructive path forward. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi called for peace in neighbouring nation while terming the violence heart-rending and stressing Nepal's stability as vital to the region. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.